And before that, I would also say that even our parents, teachers, and even the students are also facing some issues in online schooling, and we are also taking the experience of that. So, okay, let's start this. First, I would like Aditya, tell us about your experience about online schooling. And one more thing I would like to share, like you can pass your question to another student as well by taking his name. Okay.
Okay, Dev. So,
Okay.
according to me, online studying is not such a bad thing. It saves our time, and basically, our teachers are doing more hard work. And maybe this will help us as they are giving us better presentation, and it is just like normal classes. Teachers are very easily and comfortably attracting with the students.
I agree to this one because I am putting in a lot of effort. Okay. So good one, Aditya. Thank you. Okay, Aditya. Before stopping, you know one thing. You have to pass on the question. So take somebody's name. Okay, XYZ. Tell us about your experience. So just carry the debate ahead.
Okay. I'll continue my question to Hidde Arora.
Okay, so I think yes,
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yes, I think so that it is not bad because in this pandemic we are getting the study from our home also, and we are not wasting our time in going to school and coming from the school to back our home, and we are not making so much of uh, ma'am,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't worry. अटकोगे ना बोलना important. हिंदी बोलो चलेगा.
Just
Not
be
worried.
comfortable. Just be comfortable.
Yeah, that's important.
ओके हमारे को ज्यादा काम नहीं करना पड़ रहा है अपने घर से और ज्यादा हमारे को एक्टिविटीज नहीं करनी पड़ रही है.
True. So, according to Hriday, the most important thing about online schooling is that we are less burdened. Aditya, speak.
But the one who is not having all these facilities, what about them? जिनके पास
That is a good
इंटरनेट एंड ये
question.
सब नहीं है.
That is indeed a good question, and we are going to pick that up. But let us know about everybody's experience of online schooling first. Like, I heard yours, you're appreciating our efforts, and thank you so much for that. I heard Hriday's, जो एक student के point of view से बोल रहा है, which is very good again. So, Hriday, pass on your question to somebody.
Yes, ma'am, I will pass the question to Ashutosh.
Okay. Ashutosh, tell us about your experience.
Ma'am, online studies are is it's means it's good for our studies because we have not to go to schools for our studies, and it's waste our time to going to school, coming to, from the school, and how can we say, and ma'am, there are disadvantages of online studies also because it affects our eyes, because we are more looking to our phones, small devices who degrade our efficiency of eyes to see. Ma'am, only this one.
That's good. Like basically, you're talking about the health effects. Okay. So Ashutosh put in front of all of us the negative effects of the online schooling pattern has brought to us. Like we keep sitting at one place for such long durations. Our eyes get like, oh, like they're paining. At the end of the day, you don't know like screen पे देखेंगे या नहीं देखेंगे. हमारी life it revolves around the phone we have in our hands. So that has become the life. Okay, so a good point. Ashutosh, pass on your question to somebody else.
Then I'm passing the question to Sia.
Okay, so tell us about your experience of online schooling. Sia Didi, are you there? Don't be afraid if you're able to hear. या तो ये बोलना नहीं चाहती या फिर इसको सुनाइए बोला दो चीज हो सकती है. Okay, Yashika, the question moves to you. Go ahead.
आई थिंक एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ ऑनलाइन स्कूलिंग इज अमेजिंग. जैसे कभी सुबह उठ नहीं पाते थे तो बीच में क्लास ज्वाइन कर लिया करते थे. कुछ मैम पढ़ा रही हैं तो मैम से फिर रिकैप मांग लिया करते थे कि नेटवर्क इश्यूज होंगे. कभी काम नहीं हो पाता था तो फ्रेंड की नोटबुक में से फोटो क्लिक करके भेज दिया करते थे मैम को. मतलब मजा
Okay.
आता था क्लास में.
Okay. So I was honestly, me and Divyanshi, while discussing this topic, we were like, students would be completely against it.
See, we are
But
thinking कि ये तो चाहेंगे.
as of
This is totally different. We are receiving the ideas of.
exactly, and that is the point of a discussion. Like what we were expecting, this is completely opposite, and that is why we are organizing these discussions so that हम लोग अपनी नॉलेज इनहेंस कर पाए, हमारे सोचने का हॉरिजन है वो वाइडन हो. अभी तक हम लिमिटेड थे, स्टूडेंट्स हैं, उन्हें स्कूल जाना तो पसंद ही होगा, दिल से बैड एंड बैड स्टफ. हम तो बल्कि करते हैं कि अच्छा बोलो. But now, as we're hearing to you all, we're getting an all new perspective, and that's amazing. So, Yashika, come on, pass on your question.
I will pass on my question to Hiba.
Okay, Hiba, go ahead.
I think online schooling is better because we got to know about technology too. And before this pandemic, we didn't know about such apps like Zoom, Google Meet, Duo, because it was used by businessmen and other people. But now we got to know about these apps and we are using it. Thank you.
Okay, so basically, Hiba again put a very good point in front of all of us. Like before the pandemic, especially if I talk about us as teachers, we were not this much tech savvy. Your generation is the Gen Z who knows how to use all of this like on a click. Okay? But we all learned and you helped us a lot. Like I owe it to my students that I know so much about how my laptop works. Honestly, I didn't know anything about it before. But yes, online schooling taught everyone a lot, including the teachers, the students, the parents, and it has been a fun day till then. Okay? So we're going great, and I'm loving this discussion. So Hiba, pass on your question to somebody else. Pick up anybody. Anybody.
उसने कर ली.
Hiba, don't be so kind. Come on, pass your question. Whose name did you take?
Ganika.
Okay, Ganika. Tell us about your experience of online.
According to me, it's amazing as we don't have to go anywhere. Just sit at home and take classes. But we can't meet our friends. So it's boring.
I completely agree.
From last 2 years, we have not met.
Yeah, you guys were in ninth and ninth didn't get the opportunity to go to school. So yeah, sad. Okay, let's continue the discussion. Ganika, pass on your question to somebody else now. Pick up an interesting one, please.
Ma'am Rahul.
Okay. We get the opportunity to hear Rahul. Yeah, come on. Go ahead, Rahul.
Online is very difficult in starting, but now it is very interesting. because in online schooling, uh, first in offline schooling, I didn't give a minute to teacher. I was a backbencher. I sat at
Oh,
back and play with my friends. But in online schooling, I can play and also listen the lecture of ma'am online.
so
Uh,
basically, you all have become multitaskers,
yes,
and
ma'am.
that is a okay. That is a great thing. So online schooling taught us all about how to multitask. Come on, Rahul, pass on your question to somebody else. I guess we have only one and two left, was not yet spoken. Rahul, choose a name.
Very Garg.
Variji, come on, tell us about your experience of online schooling. I'm not sure if Pari is able to hear us. So, I guess everybody has spoken. Divyanshi? Am I
Yes, I
audible?
think yes.
Oh, yes, Pari,
Anyone
you're
is
audible. Go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
I think online school. Uh, I think online school is 50% good, and the offline school is 50% good. Actually, the things that were missing in the offline school are in the online school, and the things that we are missing in the online school are in offline school.
This is one of the most elaborate thing I've heard. Like, you didn't say anything, but you said everything. So, very smart of you. Okay. So, Divyanshi, can you please elaborate this for our students?
See, I want to share one thing. इनकी बातें सुन के ये लगता है कि ये नॉलेज गेन नहीं करना चाहते, जस्ट इंजॉय करना चाहते हैं ऑनलाइन स्कूलिंग को.
So,
लाइक
honestly,
ये ऑनलाइन स्कूलिंग को इंजॉय कर रहे हैं, बट जो टीचर हार्डवर्क कर रही है, दे आर नॉट गेटिंग दैट नॉलेज दैट टीचर इज गिविंग टू देम थ्रू ऑनलाइन. They are just enjoying that.
honestly speaking, students want fun and they like things where they get fun, right? So if I
They
ask
are
them today,
uh,
if I ask, okay,
basically where they are comfortable.
right, right, that's what I was going to say. They're so
Yeah.
comfortable now that, okay, let me ask the next question then. Okay, children, girls and boys, if given a choice to continue schooling online in the next 1 year, would you choose it or not? So we'll start again with Aditya. Yes or no, and tell me why. Which mode of schooling will you prefer, online or offline? And tell me why.
I'll definitely prefer offline schooling uh, because it's our last year. So I want to create more memories, and basically, I will love this thing.
That is it. So instead of Aditya picking up students, Divyansha, I want you to pick up students. Please.
Okay, now let's choose a Sia. Sia will tell us about this.
I don't know. Sia spoke the last time as well, so I'm not really sure if she's there. So maybe you can pick
Okay,
up.
okay. So let's the next Rahul.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I will choose the fusion of online and offline
Oh,
Hello, there's no
because online,
four. There's no none. There's either A, online schooling, or B, offline schooling. So don't be
uh,
smart. So smart.
ma'am, then online.
okay. Why?
Ma'am, because in online, ma'am, but first of all, in offline, I have a one way go to school, come to home, go to school, come to home. In
Okay.
online, I have a very options. Uh, I can attend school classes also, and I can do chill with my friends outside anywhere, and I can explore the world.
Okay.
Good point.
Okay. Okay. Next, I would like to choose Ganika Gupta.
I will offline
Kanika, your
take
voice
Your
is.
classes.
voice is
We
not
get
clear.
friends. In class, we can get more. Sorry?
Go ahead. It's fine now. It's fine now. Go ahead. Some network trouble. Yeah, some network
Yeah,
issues.
go on.
It's okay. Divyanshi, carry on.
Yeah. Next, who is left?
Many are left.
I think
Yeah,
many are
only two.
left. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Aditya?
Aditya is done. So, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You must not be able to see who's all,
No,
who all
I
are
think
there.
Aditya.
So, Aditya is done. Let me start with Ashutosh. Ashutosh, what would you choose? Online or offline? Ashutosh? Until he comes, let's pass on to Hiba.
I would choose offline schooling. Obviously, it's enough. बहुत हो गया ये. Online.
Oh,
Okay, give me one reason why you want to go back to school.
Because as Aditya said, it's our last year, and I also want to create some memories with my friends and teachers too. And and हम रेगुलरली से मिल भी तो सकते हैं ऐसे.
True. Online, virtual, it's not the same, right? Okay, wait, let me choose. Let's go ahead with Yashi. पहले the prospective 12th.
I will choose offline schooling because in online schooling, our whole schedule has this. कोई कहीं बैठ के क्लास ले रहा है, कोई खाते हुए क्लास ले रहा है, मतलब फोकस नाम की कोई चीज है ही नहीं.
True.
इसलिए
And who else is left? Vari? We have Vari with that. So, Vari?
Now I'll choose the offline class as अब हम 2 साल हो गए हमें ऑनलाइन पढ़ते पढ़ते, फिर भी कुछ जो समझदार बच्चे भी थे वो भी बुद्धू बनते जा रहे हैं, तो अब किसी का ध्यान तो है नहीं पढ़ाई में, तो इसलिए ऑफलाइन.
So basically, the reason for choosing offline school would be getting back to basics, like getting back to being a student, like enough of chilling. Okay. Now, Hriday,
there
go
are
ahead.
some students who really want to give the knowledge, gain the knowledge.
Yeah, right. Hriday?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I will choose offline school because I have to play with my friends in the school, and also that we would more study in the schools because we have the focus on the teacher, that what the teacher is taughting us, and also that uh, they have the focus on us only. The teachers should also have the focus on us, and they would scold if anybody is not studying. So it would make a pressure on the minds of the children to study on and what the teacher is saying.
That's a good
Oh,
point.
that's truly a good point. So, we actually planned for a comparison where students would actually talk about the goods and bads, but I guess you've pretty much done it all. So, I would like directly jump to the most important slide for me here. And that is, we've all been through this pandemic for 1.5 years now. And this pandemic has taught us a lot. Like, I'd say a lot. Because a teacher, a student, a kid, an adult, everybody is learning something new during this time. So, I'd start with Divyanshi. And I want her to tell in a line what is one thing she learned during the pandemic. So, Divyanshi.
Okay, so if you are talking about the values we learned in the pandemic, So I can't say it in the one sentence because there are too much values I learned in the pandemic. First, there's a student who is talking about the technologies. I really learned that technologies about apps. I learned about that and how to conduct a teaching lesson to students in a online way. That is what I learned, and I want to pass this question to another student, and that's Hiba. I want to know about your values. What values you learned?
in the pandemic?
I learned that everything is unpredictable, and we didn't even expected this would ever happen, and this happened.
True. Indeed, it's true. Like, this is something we never expected could happen to us. But yes, it's happening. So life changes, right? Okay, after Hiba, come on, Rahul, what values did you learn, mister?
Ma'am, I explored myself and my thinking.
Interesting. Interesting. And Hriday, what did the pandemic teach you?
Ma'am, I think so that it gives us the knowledge that how our friends and our teachers are important for us.
True. Indeed. Indeed. It taught us to value those who weren't much valuable before. Like, we tend to value connections more now because as Hiba said, we learned that everything is so unpredictable, uncertain, and that is one thing we appreciate it now. Okay, let's move to Aditya now. Aditya, what did the pandemic teach you?
दी मैं थोड़ा सा हिंदी में ही बोलूँगा. तो
Go ahead.
आपने
Just
एक
speak.
10th में जस्ट आपने चैप्टर पढ़ाया था मैडम राइड्स दी बस, और आपने गौतम बुद्धा का भी एक चैप्टर पढ़ाया था. उसके अंदर एट लास्ट ये था कि डेथ इज द अल्टीमेट आंसर फॉर एवरी क्वेश्चन, रियलिटी. सो आई फेस दैट. सो मेरे को ये चीज समझ आ गई कि हर चीज अनप्रेडिक्टेबल है, कुछ नहीं बता आगेगा. एंड एक और ये चीज कि लाइफ इज वेरी शॉर्ट, एंजॉय करो.
YOLO. You only live
और
once.
सुनो तो सही है. और
सुनो तो
जैसे कि
सही है.
पहले हम लोग एसएसटी में ये पढ़ा था कि डिग्निटी ऑफ लेबर एंड एवरीथिंग, बट वो चीज तब से बुक्स में थी. बट अब वो चीज लोगों के हार्ट्स में आ गई है, क्योंकि उन्होंने देखा है कि हमारे लिए ये लोग कितनी हेल्प करते हैं और दे आर हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट दे आर फॉर अस.
That's amazing, Aditya. And I really appreciate how you actually put the textual knowledge in reality, how you applied it here. So that's good. And I really appreciate how you all are speaking today. Like, honestly, it has been great experience. Like, these 35 minutes, they just went by. And I really appreciate all of your confidence. Okay? So, continuing it, Ashika, your lessons from the pandemic.
From this pandemic, I learned how to express myself. Earlier, I can't able to keep my words in front of many people. Now I can do it.
Today you're doing it, and I'm so proud of you. Like, each one of you. Like, it was the first session, and honestly, me and Devanshi, we both were worried. Like, how will we make the students talk? But I'm so proud of each one of you that you are actually speaking. And even after saying that you can talk in Hindi, like, you're using so little of Hindi and you're speaking in English. That's a great lesson we're learning today. We are learning today how to express ourselves, and we're learning to be ready to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes because when you make them, it's then when you learn that you have to not repeat them. Okay? And that's a good one, Yashika. After Yashika, let's go to Vari. Vari, what has the pandemic taught you?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What has the pandemic taught you? The values you learned during the pandemic.
The pandemic has taught me a lot. The pandemic has taught me that everything has a limit. The earth has a limit, and we are using our earth like nothing. We are using the very unjudicially, and the pandemic is the result of that unjudicially work that the humans have done.
Amazing. That's true. That's absolutely true. We have all learned today, like learned in this pandemic only, that everything is limited, everything is limited, and thus we need to value the limited resources we have. Okay? So if anybody is left, Ashutosh, Ganika, Sia, I'm not really sure if the mics are working or not, kids. If they are, I would appreciate if you talk. I don't think so. So yeah. All in all, it has been a great session, everybody. I really appreciate you making time and coming joining the session with all of us. And I hope I get to see you all next week as well. Next week's session would be something else, would be something different, and we'll all learn something new. So, Divyanshi, I would want you to conclude the session today.
Yeah. Before concluding this session, I just want to say one thing to those students who are saying that we like online session. Guys, you are the future generation of our country, India. So just focus on the studies and try to gain knowledge, whatever you are gaining in online session. सी फ्यूचर तुम्हें चलाना है, तुम ही आगे की जनरेशन हो. अच्छा रहेगा कि तुम लोग एंजॉय करने की जगह साथ साथ थोड़ी पढ़ाई भी करो. एग्री कि आप लोग मल्टीटास्कर हो गए हो, सारी चीजों को एंजॉय कर रहे हो. दैट्स गुड. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दिस दैट गलत है, बट ट्राई करो, नॉलेज को गेन करो. एज टीचर्स आर आल्सो डूइंग हार्ड वर्क विद यू, सो इट्स बेटर कि आप लोग उनके हार्ड वर्क को ऐसे वेस्ट ना होने दो, और ट्राई करो आप लोग भी उनके साथ में अपना हार्ड वर्क करो. ओके,
That's amazing.
या
That's a
it
good
is
one.
all great with you all. So we will going to meet on next Sunday. Surely, it is a great session.
Great. So yeah, so that's it for today, kids. We both learned something new. As teachers, we got to know your perspective. As students, पूरे साल से सुनते आ ही रहे हो तुम्हारा perspective. So yeah, it has been a great session. See you all next Sunday. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Most
ma'am.
welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Most welcome.
Bye, guys.
Most welcome.
The
Thank you.
I really
Sure.
liked this session, and I appreciate your efforts.
Thank you so much, Aditya.
you.
Appreciate your efforts.